A lot of countries celebrate Mother's Day, a day to show your love, respect, and appreciation for all the mothers in your life, not just yours. But do you know what Mother's Day is like in American culture? Do you know how to explain this topic to a friend of yours? By the end of this episode, you will, because I'm going to talk about the history of Mother's Day, our modern traditions and customs, and how Mother's Day shows up in public places. Let's start with a bit of history. It's actually quite interesting, as history often is, in my opinion. Our modern celebration of mothers is all thanks to an American woman named Anna Jarvis. Anna Jarvis was a social activist, probably inspired by her own mother, who organized women's groups to promote the feeling of community and health awareness. Apparently, when Anna Jarvis was a child, she heard her mother offer a prayer, hoping that one day there will be a day celebrating all the hard work mothers did for both their family and their country. After Anna Jarvis's mother died, she repeated this prayer at her mother's funeral. After this, she started campaigning to have a day dedicated to honoring mothers. She wrote letters to local, state, and national politicians. The idea really caught on. When I say caught on, I mean that it became popular. People seemed to agree there should be a day honoring mothers. The idea spread from state to state, and in 1914, American President Woodrow Wilson declared Mother's Day a national holiday in the United States. This day is what we call a floating holiday. A floating holiday is a holiday that does not happen on the same calendar date every year. Christmas, for example, is not a floating holiday because Christmas, in most countries anyway, is always on December 25th. That's a fixed holiday. In contrast, an example of a floating holiday would be Thanksgiving in America, which is always on the fourth Thursday in November, not a specific date. Mother's Day is a floating holiday. It is always the second Sunday in May. Why that time? It was when Anna Jarvis's mother died. When Mother's Day first started becoming popular, Anna Jarvis wanted people to wear white carnations, a type of flower, to honor their mothers. But the custom quickly changed to wearing white carnations for mothers who had died and red or pink carnations for mothers who were still alive. To my knowledge, this is not a tradition we still do today. Very likely, Anna Jarvis would not like the way we celebrate Mother's Day today. Anna Jarvis spent a lot of time advocating against commercialization. Commercialization is the process of taking something and using it to make a profit, to make money. Nowadays, there are a lot of people who complain about the commercialization of holidays like Christmas and Easter. These holidays, including Mother's Day, are very well known for being a time for sales and discounts. Businesses will advertise Mother's Day sales, and advertisements will feature buying your mother expensive jewelry or even a car. Anna Jarvis began seeing this change in her own lifetime. Even in the early 20th century, when Mother's Day first began, businesses started to commercialize the holiday, creating the idea that you should honor your mother by buying gifts. Anna Jarvis did not like this. She claimed Mother's Day was a personal day, and she advocated against its commercialization until she died in 1948. So let's look a little closer at the numbers. According to the National Retail Federation, which conducts yearly surveys about this exact topic, 84% of Americans are expected to celebrate Mother's Day. It's expected that, on average, the cost per person will be almost $260, and the total amount spent on Mother's Day might be up to $34.1 billion. The most popular gifts for Mother's Day? Flowers, cards, and special outings. Special outings probably includes any type of special activity outside of the house, like a nice dinner, for example. I do not have children and I have no plans to become a mother myself, but I do celebrate Mother's Day every year. I don't live near my own family, but I'll usually send a card or at least a text. I'll call if possible. Since I started living in Florida, I joined my husband in an activity to celebrate his mother, my mother-in-law. Usually we go to a nice restaurant for Mother's Day, although we don't go on Mother's Day. Mother's Day is such a big holiday for activities like eating at a nice restaurant that we usually go to a nicer restaurant the Friday before to avoid the massive crowds. That will probably happen this year too. My husband and I will look at greeting cards and select one we like, but we don't usually buy gifts for her. The nice restaurant is the gift, pretty much. But some families go all out for Mother's Day. To go all out means to do an extreme amount of something. So if a family goes all out for Mother's Day, that could look like serving her breakfast in bed, taking her shopping, then finishing the day with a nice restaurant and gifts. But something interesting is happening, especially on social media. There seems to be a shift around Mother's Day. Nowadays, mothers are more likely not to want breakfast in bed, gifts, or a nice restaurant. Instead, a lot of mothers are posting on social media platforms like TikTok about how they just want to do nothing. They say that making a big celebration of Mother's Day actually creates more work for them on a day when they are supposed to be honored for all the work they already do. Many mothers are saying they now prefer to have the daily responsibilities of motherhood taken off their shoulders for the day. That means they don't want to have to cook, clean, do chores, manage the children, manage the household, nothing. Personally, I see their point. Being a mother, being a parent in general, is hard work. And it's hard work that often goes unnoticed, except on Mother's Day. Parenting is no small or simple responsibility, so it would be a truly great gift to remove that hard work for a single day so she can relax and unwind. If you'd like to learn more about Anna Jarvis or Mother's Day trends, you can find links to a few articles in the episode summary of this episode's transcript, linked in the description. Regardless of how a family chooses to celebrate Mother's Day, it's fairly obvious that mothers have an important role in American society. When successful people share who their greatest supporter or inspiration was, it's often their mother. Mothers show up in expressions like a face only a mother would love, which is an expression used to say someone is ugly, and necessity is the mother of invention, which is an expression that means new things are often created because there is a need for them. When you start looking for it, you might see mothers popping up all over the place in American English. So there you have it, my friends. You have learned something new today. Congratulations. Now you will be able to tell your friends or family what Mother's Day is like in America. As always, Thanks for being here. Until next time, bye.